Help!
Darkstone is one of the oldest ARPGs that I'll be looking at. Forget Zelda 2, it's not an ARPG, look at the Wikipedia. Fuck, Dark Souls next week. Anyway, the point is, Darkstone is ancient. It's unfair to expect any of these super old products to be revolutionary today or to have a level of quality that we're used to now, because again, it's older than you are. I mean, you're only 5 years old, you little fucker, but what couldn't be anticipated is that this game is just Diablo 1, completely stolen in 15 different ways. From the sound effects, the gameplay feel, the inventory icons, the systems of magic and combat, and everything else, there's an uncanny resemblance to the little Blizzard game sitting in the corner being defiled by every other company. This game has McDonald's fries though, that's yeah. But I'll say this might be the best game I've ever played that's received a D- as a rating. Like, I don't know Game Revolution that well, but their standards must be through the ass because this is unfairly low. Maybe it's because of Jack Thompson just wandering around their premises complaining about random shit that they were in a bad mood about this game. What am I even reading? Anyway, Darkstone, hope you're ready for me to say Diablo a bunch of times, not Diablo 2. Oh, fucking shit, because that bar is pissing on my dick for a lack of an educated phrase. But besides being super Diablo 1 inspired, there's actually some innovative and rarely seen gameplay concepts, and that excites me in many bodily regions. So why not hop right in? Let's see if through its pretty functional piracy, could Darkstone be considered the best ARPG of all time? So here's the deal, we're going to basically go through my entire gameplay experience this time, because if we did a combat section, it would suck ass. It'd be like the worst YouTube content you've ever seen. I mean, actually, let's just do it. I'll show you. In Darkstone, you can attack with the left mouse button and equip spells to your right mouse button. Satisfied? Good, that's all there is to it. Get to fucking whacking, you whack fiend. Really, it's basic and there's no reason it shouldn't be. This combat is older than most humans alive today. They were still figuring out how to innovate this sort of thing. And to be honest, there's a satisfaction to just chunking down monsters because this simplicity in the action department, it makes the RPG part more of a factor. You're not going to just beat up the giant orc without having a little more metal to go with your metal. See what I did there? It's called writing. Like, share, comment, subscribe, donate, blow me balls, bucko. That's what I deserve for bestowing this information in such a carefully planned manner. I wasn't going to do this week, I got distracted from my goal, so let's just snap back to it, and here it is, the playthrough. So when presented with the class choice, I will 5% of the time pick a ranger or whatever, and the rest of the time I will be the big Chad man. And so the big Chad man I be, and I'll name him huge as fuck because look at him, he's shaped like a bowling pin. When you spawn in, you'll notice that everything talks to you, including yourself. This game is actually fully voice acted. Not particularly well, mind you, but I'm impressed they took the time to do this. It's pretty cool.
Lord Drakk's armies terrorize the people with their savage raids, and no one in the country feels safe anymore. These are troubled times. Do not hesitate to come.
Oh yeah, by the way, recording this game is fucking impossible, and I'm not going to find a glide wrapper again. For what purpose does the glide need to be wrapped to record Darkstone? I do not know, but I cobbled together this absolutely trash setup that records most of the screen, save for a little sliver of the UI down there, and it cuts off at like 4:3 aspect ratio, and the Windows watermark is Titanic, so in all ways we're off to a good start. Now, I wandered around this little town for a bit, talking to the residents and feeling like this was going to be an ass-sucking experience for some reason, just a little inkling I had, but then I found the run button, so thumbs up 90s developers, you have given me the only gift I wish for. Now that we're moving less like a fucking snail who's shitting glue, the game feels more liberated. We have unique vendors in this town, such as the teacher guide. This screen indicates that you can learn levels of various abilities, such as forestry, which doesn't sound too helpful to stick a sword in the asses of enemies, but what do I know? Forester gives the ability to find food if you were wondering, which leads into that unique little system, the hunger number. I say number because it's just a scale from 99 to 0 and trundles downwards. I never let it hit 0, I'm guessing you just die, but it's never a pressing concern considering that you can buy food. The investment of money into this skill seems terrible. Besides, 110 gold fish will give you 90 food power, whereas it costs like many thousands to buy the levels of Forester, so yeah, garbage bin that, and in fact, forget this whole guy for now. Let's go onwards towards the forest. The forest is full of... oh, never mind, it's not. There's 2 camps full of 3-ish people, and half of them have the same voice, so that's cool. These people have a sick woman that needs help, and this camp needs a horn to make grapes or some shit. What the fuck? So, being the hero I am, I'm not sure I'm a hero, I'm just some guy at the moment, but still, nice guy I am, I head into a nearby dungeon and engage on level 1. It's at this point you'll have noticed that every single sound effect is from Diablo 1, the attack sound, the item pickup, gold, potions, all the same. They could have gone to a different stock sound repository, but that would have defeated the notion that every single ARPG after Diablo 1 was entirely inspired by it. But Darkstone actually did innovate in weird ways, many of which still aren't seen in this genre. Firstly, the entire map is completely rendered in 3D and you're able to rotate the camera to look around the environments, something that is completely necessary to complete the game. And it's controlled by the arrow keys. Get shit on, 2024 gamers, move that fucking hand over. Secondly, there's also an auto run feature, which is legitimately making me want to put the game into possibly the best ARPG ever made tier. By clicking this ambiguous sign icon, you may return to locations you've been to and then take hand off the keyboard, put back in your pants, and watch as the game walks over by itself. This is a truly unique feature. I can't say I've seen anything akin to it, and it's nice. It's relaxing to have the game locate stairways for me or just get back to town. There's fortunately a town portal spell, but this is great for on-floor navigation and in case you forget where a key item of some description is. There's also an age value in the character menu. Can I become an old fucker? That'd be sick. I actually did find potions of youth, so I don't know if this is a mechanic that takes a long time to matter, but yeah, something to it, I guess. Now, let's be honest about something related to the 3D turning, the auto running features, all this. It's kind of necessary because this game makes it hard to see where you're going and really just hard to see anything at all. There's a lot of terrain and tall walls and nothing with an overlay. It just makes it ass half the time. I zoomed in to look at pixels on the ground and sure enough, this ground is filthy. Tons of little items like rings slip by your vision. And then of course, you need the minimap open at all times, so that's another layer of not being able to see, and it can actually get on you, like start pissing you off. Like I was thinking about going around the town and attacking people at random. Kick some children in the face, take a shit on the children. I was literally getting fueled for frenzy, and that's when I was ape punching my desk with pure rage that I discovered that the F9 through F12 keys actually changed the camera orientation. So I put the shit back in my ass and watched with excitement, which quickly turned into irritation again as these camera angles are fucking garbage. If I couldn't see before, imagine trying to see with the camera perched 2 feet above your head looking directly downwards at you, like the game wants me to inspect for lice. So I figured we're screwed. Game is not going to be the best ARPG of all time. Huh? What's that? You want to chat about combat again? There's a reason I'm not really elaborating on it. It's because it's dog ass. It is better than Diablo 1, I'll give it that credit, because there's at least skills and spells that impact the rhythm of hitting right click on things, but without joke, it's the exact same thing over and over again. I can't say, oh, it's the worst thing ever, nothing is more unfun than this game, but if you made the game exactly as good as Pong, I wouldn't say, oh, at least it's as good as Pong. I'd be annoyed that you didn't make a lick of a dick of an innovation to the system, down to the fact that all the sound effects are identical. At least they have the wasps make a fucking roar in this game. Real lore accurate wasp sound. I actually have wasps harass me a lot in real life. They take my lunch money, they shit all over my property, they are a constant pest that invade my sanctums, and for that reason, I will kill all wasps in this game systematically. I'm not letting any of them escape. Except shit respawns, so there's another innovation. Well done. A classic problem is that in Diablo 1, nothing would ever come back unless you restarted the game, so it was hard to farm for anything you wanted. Here, things come back, but to be honest, I'm not sure how the game even works with generating enemies. It's like they just show up. They're walking around near NPCs on the overworld, they repopulate at random and at a random amount on each floor. It's chaotic. Anyway, it's a ghost. His name is something I don't care about. We'll call him Casper because he seems quite personable and he requests that we kill some bastard down here. So he's not that friendly, I suppose. I proceed to go around and kill golem mini-bosses on floors 2 and 3, and on the 4th floor I find Casper and he gives me the cloak of invisibility, which just lets me walk through walls. That makes sense. The scary wizard is in here and he shoots me to death. Okay, I'm with you, ghost guy. This bitch is going down. When you get hurt in this game, by the way, the character pleads with you to suck less and either yells help or please help, so good work, you're killing this poor defenseless linebacker, man. After you kill the wizard, you can get the Horn of Grapes and bring it back to town. They celebrate and reward you with nothing, so I should have kept the grape device for myself, but Casper gives you a rock with no description, but little did I know these rocks are the key items needed to beat the game. Each time you start a new Darkstone game, you receive a randomized list of quests and need to complete them to get 7 rocks of ultimate destiny to fight Drak. Who is Drak? He's some old man who's a real dickhole, the whole dickhole in fact. This randomized quest idea is also stolen from Diablo 1 in case you were thinking that it sounded unique. Only difference is that some of these quests are really unfun to do in comparison to the other choices and you can't skip them here. So yeah, RNG stands for really nothing great about this game. After this, I still don't know what to do about the sick woman, so I go back to the dungeon and scour around. After about 30 minutes of figuring I have severe brain stain disease, I realize there's no entryway to level 5, so I've been wasting my time. Auto run outside and I look around again. I finally return to the camp and the brother of this woman is standing near a chest and I didn't even notice, but a letter fell out of it, and if you read the letter, it confirms that the brother has poisoned the sister, and I just wonder what fucking school graduated this winter. It's like if you stabbed someone and threw the weapon on your front lawn with a note that said, I did it. The brother feigns that he feels bad, but really he's just upset you opened his chest, and actually thinking about it, it probably wouldn't stand up in a court. I opened his property to reveal he's attempted murder, so never mind, I guess he's a genius. So we go talk to the local wizard who informs us we need stuff out of the dungeon to undo the poison, so I head back that way and on our next venture into the endeavors of the foyer of the purveyors of penile surveyors, I can use a few more of these unique features like resting. Yeah, you hit this button when there's no enemies nearby and you rest, which brings up this hourglass interface, which I cannot decipher the significance of, and you regain your health and mana. I think all this does is speed up time because you lose a lot of hunger for doing this. This is quite nice as it gives you a reprieve on out of combat potion using, so good work, I like the rest button. Also, interestingly enough, the dungeons are divided into batches of 4, so we moseyed over to level 5 through 8 in order to complete this quest. It seems from my literally just playing this game now intellect that each dungeon is responsible for one quest exclusively. So after you've fully explored each one, you can move on to a new one. They all look practically fucking ident, so that's unfort. I'm abbreviating more. The bosses think I'm wasting too much time talk. Anyway, I get the quest stuff. I go back to the camp, heal the Wom. She gives me a crystal of hype pow shit. I guess she just got this from Amazon or something anyway, thanks. And that's 2 out of the 7 done. Now, the northern part of the map opens up, allowing me to move onwards, and I just want to mention this map screen is like Donkey Kong Country 3 for some reason, or Claymates. If anyone here likes Claymates, I'll send you a Seer brand t-shirt. I'll remove the one I'm wearing and send it your way, caked in my sweat, dirt, and ass filth. Huh? Oh yeah, new zone. Well, we got 2 batches of quests here. Firstly, this blind monk is mad he's blind, so no problem, I can help out. I'll get the crystal of eyesight. Sure, that's fine, I'll poke you in the head with it. Been down this road before. Game is reminiscent of Polar Bowler, and if you're a huge Polar Bowler fan, I'll literally call the police just to report you for being badass. You want to talk about the music? Well, the music in these new dungeons includes a sample of an elephant, and it's the worst thing ever designed. It's funny because this soundtrack is pretty good actually, if not trying to completely knock off Diablo 1, but they felt the need to add sounds of otherworldly nature, but since this is worldly nature, it just sucks me out of the experience. Anyway, I get the crystal, come back to town, get the monk his eyesight back, and then he has to have a religious epiphany. Well, shit, let me grab the twin bike and my best tie, you fucker. I go and find God, yeah, and chat with him, but not before talking to the nearby carpenter to come fix one plank of a bridge with which a toddler could walk over, just to go to the landmine island with instruction on how to not die, chair broke, just to get a Bible. What is this, Vatican Island? And then head back to God himself, give him the Bible, making him go, oh yeah, nice, give that to somebody. And then I go and give it to the monk, and he goes, oh shit, all praise God, and I go back to God and get another crystal. I looked up all of this. This quest in particular illustrates that half the objectives in this game are really in-depth and quite interesting, and the other half are walk down steps, kill wizard. It's splotchily made in many ways. But there's no time to talk about this anymore. Stop talking about it, audience. Please begin thinking about this, how I fucked up the recording for this section and there was nothing but a black screen. I'll give you the rundown. What did happen here is a man stands outside the dungeon and says, my wife is down there, please save her, I am scared of spiders, and I am amused that he would rather let her die than go down and face his fears, but okay, the virgin husband and the Chad me. So I went down there and fought a bunch of spiders. That part was accurate, got his wife released, and then they make fun of me. Literally like, what? And then I kill them both and get a crystal because they were both monsters. I would have loved to have shown you all that, but alas, that's the description. If you hadn't realized it, this game is one of the great nut job products. As soon as you complete this quest, there's a rockin' 90s 3D cutscene that actually looks pretty good, all things considered. The darkness, the intensity, it's exciting. You audibly say, holy shit, oh my god, I'm pissing in my pants. This is so darkness. This is so intensity. This is so exciting. This is so say audibly, holy shit, oh my god, I'm pissing my pants. After this, Drac appears, and he's been doing that a few times actually. Sorry, I forgot to mention, the final boss just appears randomly, gets pissed off, and then flies away. He could easily kill me himself, but he's happy leaving 5 snakes to do the job. They fail. On to quest 5, which is where Kolos appears.
My name is Kolos.
Now, Kolos is a good guy, as you can see. He's an evil, red-eyed ghost specter that speaks with a deep-ass voice and is constantly wrong about what he tells you to do. So yeah, we help him willingly, and when you descend 3 floors, he reveals himself to be evil and working for Drac, and he takes the crystal and goes downstairs 1 more floor where you follow him and kill him. Darkstone is good plot. Thanks for writing good plot. By the way, gameplay related, at this point I am getting poisoned and punched by just about everything under the sun, and it's not the best time one could have. I keep having to use the town portal spell, which thank God it's in the game. Literally took the experience from a 3 out of 10 to a 4 out of 10. Also, if you hit the F key, there's a message claiming automatic or manual combat enabled. I couldn't decipher what this did. I think it's fucking bull. Anyway, after that, we're at 5 crystals, and what's up? You want to hear about gear? Her about Gur? Well, good news. It's not worth talking about for several reasons. Firstly, I think every helmet is called helmet. Regardless of rarity, stats, anything at all, the items in game are exceptionally repetitive. I'm not positive there is a difference between items in terms of rarity. I sometimes found basic sword with nothing and basic sword that was unidentified. Essentially, I had to skim over every item in my inventory to see if I should even give a shit. Similarly, even witnessing if an item dropped was sometimes a completely obtuse process, like the angle was over 90 degrees. It was hard to understand. If a ring dropped, it's like you were Sauron, just can't find it anywhere. There's no highlighting or anything like that, just a text confirmation you're looking at something on the floor. The only problem is that the game designers thought we all had severe memory issues, and therefore it reminds you who you are if you hover over yourself. And this is just metadata. The stats on gear themselves range from terrible to seemingly ridiculous. This is an old school RPG. They had a few things they really cared about, like chance to hit and armor class. So a sword with 25% chance to hit as its only modifier meant it was probably incredibly solid, and a helmet with +1 to mana sucked a grand nut. Really, there's a range of obvious, 30 to all resistances to -1 strength. Like, okay, fuck you then. Personally, I didn't care about this at all. I just moseyed on as much as possible. Also, considering Drac just attacked, look at that fucking rhyme, it's a crime, but now the game world is dark and I don't think there's a way to generate a lot of light in Darkstone. Oh shit, wait, it's in the title. I'll save you some trouble. I punch some more, I use the F word again, but I've said it too many times, and I scream help, and I finally get through the rest of the quests, and I'm skimming because I think the designers are getting tired of making new quests by now, and a lot of them are just do X thing in the dungeon, like break pillars and make light appear. Would rather break light and make pillar appear, piece of shit. Next week, Torchlight 3. We're still going? Okay, yeah, Drac time. Pull down my pants and reveal my ass Drac. He's in this huge, literally pitch black room where I can't see anything, and when you reach him, he has this cool guy Diablo 1 transformation scene, and it's revealed he's actually a dragon. Alright, good. I walk forward, the battle begins, and have I mentioned that all the hard combat in this game is just hitting things and using potions correctly? I have a single spell I use the whole game called Berserker, and it just ups the power of swinging my sword, well, in this case, Mjolnir, Hammer of Thor, which was just in a chest nearby, and I hold it like a croquet mallet. Here's the fight. I'll just play the footage sped up. As you can see, I am one of the best gamers who have ever been, and whoever shall be. I'll mention an interesting mechanic though. At 50% life, Drac fully restores his HP, and therefore those 7 crystals you've been locating come into play. Prior to getting here, you talk to the old man near a shrine outside, and he makes you a chandelier which disables Drac's healing for 30 seconds, meaning you have a DPS check to actually complete the game. Fortunately, I passed the test and I successfully killed Drac without too much trouble. As a reward, you gain like 100,000 gold, and then go to town, you get another FMB, and the game ends, and get out. And with that very standard routine experience, I can affirm that Darkstone is a C- game, unlike what those dumbasses at Game Guys thought. But yeah, not the best ARPG ever made by any means. I was getting exhausted playing this, not because it's that bad, but because it's just not that good. Swing sword, click gold, do arbitrary quests. I have nothing to pick. It's Diablo 1 reimagined in a less interesting way. It loses points for originality and quality. There were actually some rarely or never seen before tech in there, but I don't, care. The auto run button, the sleep command, does that rile you up very much? Anyhow, good work me. That's another one for the books. It's about time for me to go to the post office and the mall, etc. You know how it is. So for now, I hope you take care, enjoy yourselves, touch others as much as you've touched my heart for watching. Come on, that's a nice ending. That's friendly. You should appreciate that. Fuck you. See you in hell. Good night.